Today we're talking about my experience with the International Baccalaureate program. I'd like to share a little advice on what I wish I had known going into the program, and maybe would have helped me stay a little bit less stressed, calmer, or saner throughout the entire process. Just in case you want to know, I took HL History, HL English Literature, HL Spanish B, SL Psychology, SL Physics, and SL Math. Number 1, don't do it just because of college credit. I think there's a lot of misinformation surrounding just how much college credit you get from doing IB. I can only get credit at Cornell if I get 7s and only in HL. Oh, but not in HL History and not in HL Language B. So I can only get credit for one class and I have to get a 7 in HL English, which is crazy. Just focusing on the payoff in terms of college credits led to a breakdown when I realized I wasn't getting college credit. It was really upsetting that it didn't seem like Cornell appreciated the hard work I had put in for my education already. But if I had focused going into the IB on what I was learning, the skills I was gaining, how much more I could analyze and process, I think I would have had a much more fruitful experience. What really matters is I feel very prepared for college, even if my credits don't reflect that. Number 2, take the extended essay seriously, but do not be intimidated by it. My school really stressed having a rough draft of the extended essay done the summer before your senior year, so I spent the entire night before I left for Tajikistan writing my extended essay. The draft was 7,000 words long, but it was so garbage. Because I had this absolute monster of an essay, I felt so overwhelmed when I came back from Tajikistan that I didn't work on my extended essay for a while, and then I had 4 months of just trying to understand what it meant. But I feel like if I had waited and not gone with the advice of finishing it before the beginning of senior year and really went through my research again and then wrote it when I got back, it would have been much more manageable and coherent. Don't block out an absurd amount of time to do your extended essay because you're just prolonging the experience and making it harder than it needs to be. Also, don't hate on the extended essay. It's long, but it's a really good learning experience and it'll make literally anything else you write feel so short. Number 3, keep it interesting for yourself. If you know you want to major in math, it's gonna be really hard to focus and do well on your history IA just because you don't care. That's kind of what I felt about a lot of the assignments in IAs because I didn't really care about anything. I just wanted to think about hotels. Writing an IA that you don't care about is going to be hellish. But the good thing about the IA is you can make it really interesting for yourself by picking an interesting topic. I love all things revenue management, so for my math IA, I analyzed the mathematical equations used by airlines in overbooking. Because I was genuinely interested in these topics, it was so much easier to do a really good job on these IAs and get really high marks. So pick something you're interested in, but be really careful that you don't make it harder for yourself than you need to. Number 4, don't believe horror stories from past IB kids. One of my older friends said that IB physics was impossible if you weren't great at math. Not being great at math is one of my strong suits, so I was really worried, but I found that I really liked physics and it wasn't that much math. So trust your intuition and allow your own experiences to guide you towards other experiences. Don't rely on other people's opinions. Number 5, senior year is tough. And it's easy to think IB doesn't matter, why am I working this hard? But I think if you focus on what you're learning, don't think about I'm working hard to get 7 marks on this exam. Think about how hard you're working towards bettering yourself and making your brain super strong. Then I think it's a lot easier to deal with the difficulty of IB. Number 6, prioritize college applications before your IB work. It's super easy to get dragged down by your IAs, your history homework, everything on the day-to-day basis that you don't devote a lot of time to college applications. I kept thinking, I'm gonna care a lot more when I'm an adult about what college I went to versus my high school GPA. Number 8, don't let the IB run your life. If you're in the IB, then you're probably a pretty high achieving student and you want to go to a good college. Great, but be cautious of being so overrun with IB work that you're not taking other opportunities. What schools really want to see is that you can deal with a rigorous curriculum and a life. But if you're just focusing on one of those aspects, then you're not really helping yourself. For example, I quit my job at a hotel the summer before my first year of IB because I thought I wouldn't be able to handle a job and the IB curriculum, which may have been true, but I really could do it. It wasn't until later when I realized I need to work at that hotel to get into Cornell that I went back right before IB exam season. You know, it was fine. The day before my IB physics exam, I worked an 8-hour shift and I got a 6 in physics. Don't let IB limit your opportunities. I said math wasn't my strong suit, so be proud of the work you're doing and how hard you're working. It's easy not to feel proud of the IB work you're doing when it's so go, 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 the next thing, the next deadline, like it's always happening, but you should feel proud. A lot of teens aren't devoting that effort and dedication to their education, but you are, and that's pretty cool. Number 10, overall, for whatever reason it is to you, learn to love IB. Because it's really easy to get into the kind of like, oh, I hate IB, I hate how hard I work, I hate all the difficulties. That's not gonna help you make it easier, and that's not gonna help you succeed. There are always gonna be things that you don't want to do or that you don't like, but you just need to learn how to cope with it. Instead, focus on what you really like about IB. Whatever it is, embrace it. Then when you're done, you can make an IB piñata and really go ham on it. That's what I did. If you liked this video, then you might like some of my others, so please check them out. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later.